Hey, this is BJ. Thanks for listening to our show's podcast. If you're a fan of all things geeky, you should check out my other podcast, BJ Shea's Geek Nation. We have new episodes every day, and you can check it out at bjgeeknation.com.
Your home is going into foreclosure and you feel like a financial wreck. You don't know where to turn for accurate information. I'm bankruptcy attorney Travis Gagne. Let's talk about some legal options. If we work quickly, we can propose a plan to save your home, modify the loan, or in many cases even eliminate your second mortgage. The consultation is free. I've helped hundreds of people just like you make informed decisions about whether to save their home or exit it on a reasonable, organized timeline. The chapter you choose sets the tone for the next chapter of your life. Please contact me today at choosetherightchapter.com. That's choosetherightchapter.com.
99.9 KISW, The Rock of Seattle. Steve, you remember rapper Ja Rule?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
He's my dude.
Is he your dude? I didn't realize he was your dude.
Yeah, I listen to him every day. Every morning.
Oh, then you'll be happy to know that Saturday night there was a special halftime musical show, and he was the guest at the Milwaukee Bucks 90s night. That's a pretty cool thing for him, right?
Actually, that'd be pretty cool to go to one of those like 90s nights, those retro nights, and have somebody from that era perform.
Yeah. So that's exactly what happened. He was supposed to perform, and the video is going viral because, well, things didn't go as planned because his backing music didn't play.
Yeah. They said this is 90s night, so they brought out a 2000 artist. But my album came out in 99, so I guess that counts. Sanchez, we ready?
1 second. I'm loading up. They give me time to load up.
Are we ready?
Nope. Not ready yet.
I guess not. All right. Turn me up. Turn me up.
There you go.
I like that we turned him down as he's asking to be turned up. Thanks, Danny. Nice job.
Nice going, buddy.
Appreciate you.
Yeah, you got to give me time to load up. What the heck? What has he got? Is he really got a 386 computer out there? What the hell does he need? I mean, geez.
Does he have to hit a button?
That's what I would think. I think that he would
like
know.
a band.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, you just got to plug in. Hopefully, I would think by the time halftime was getting close, you'd be starting to load up then.
Well, technology is not Ja Rule's friend.
No, I guess not.
That was actually footage from the Fire Festival documentary.
Yeah, they would have been if they were so lucky.
Yeah. Damn.
And why you agreed to be a part of this 90s night. Why do you got to complain about the fact that you're more of a 2000s artist?
Exactly.
Like, I'm sure you were okay with getting that 2019 check to be at 90s night.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I know. I don't know if he was afraid that people would nitpick and he wanted to get to the nitpickers first.
Or did he feel like that would make him seem too old if he was a 90s artist as opposed to a 2000s artist?
Yeah, I think you may be right, because nobody wants to think like, whoa, really? I'm part of a night, like a retro night?
But he agreed to do it.
He did.
It's not like they pulled the wool over his eyes or however, whatever the damn saying is.
Yeah. Well, they pull the wool over, under, whatever the night is.
Wherever it is on the 90s.
I'm not ready to go, by the way. We're not loaded up yet. I don't know why we're even doing this show yet. I told you, we're not ready.
That guy's the best. Are you ready? We're not loaded up yet.
No, we're not ready yet. I told you, anytime. Yeah. Anytime.
Kill some time. Just say one word and just hold it out for a really long, uncomfortable amount of time.
Yeah, his improv skills, Ja Rule, is really on point with that one. Oh, you need me to stretch it? Okay. Ready? Still loading. Okay, thanks.
I love those moments, though. If I was at that show, I would have felt like before the game even started, I got my money's worth.
See, to me, that's when you know you got somebody out there that really can shuck and jive. Because those moments happen to me a lot doing stand-up comedy. Because I'd be on stage, they'd say, we want you to do 5 minutes and then bring out the middle performer or whatever. And then every once in a while, you'd look at the side of the stage and the owner would be like, he ain't here.
Yeah.
I'm like, what do you mean he ain't here? I don't got more than 5 minutes. What am I going to do?
I mean, I've had that happen before at a wrestling event where, I'm emceeing and I'm ring announcing. And as I'm walking out there, like, the ref will come in. I'm already out there. So at this point, I had no communication with the production crew. And the ref will come out and they'll just be like, you got to stall. I'm like, what are you talking about, stall? And like the one guy just showed up, because sometimes these independent wrestlers, if a flight gets delayed or whatever happens, they're rolling in, sometimes getting dressed in the Uber to have their match.
Oh, man.
So they're like, this guy just showed up. He doesn't have all his gear on just yet. We need like 3 more minutes. So then it's just like this awkward moment of, all right.
Yeah.
What do I do?
Then you get to see what you're made of. It's like, can I make it look like I am not stalling, but instead I'm whatever I'm doing?
Unfortunately, with wrestling fans, you just figure out a way to get them chanting something. It works out. It's not like I have to say one word for a really long time like Ja Rule.
Oh, that's a good idea, the chanting.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Just let it play out for a second.
I'll have to remember that one.
But that's like that moment where you're alone on an island, because even though you're in the room, in the ring with the ref's not going to try and entertain the crowd.
No.
The ref's just kind of chilling, but they're like, yeah, stall.
Yeah, do something, buddy. I mean, this is your awkward moment, not mine. I'm just a ref. Nobody even knows I'm here.
All right. Who here loves wrestling?
Yeah.
Yay!
What are your plans this weekend, baby? Yeah. That's awesome. Well, we've got the strangest 911 call that was made, and wasn't even made by a human. Steve's going to tell you all about it. He's got the news for you at 6:17.
BJ and Migs, mornings on The Rock, 99.9 KISW.
99.9 KISW, The Rock of Seattle.
Well informed on the issues of the day? Not this guy. Live from the KISW News Center in downtown Seattle, this is the Migs Report.
Well, thanks, guys. Thanks to King 5 News for giving us the Migs Report. And it's a very special day, BJ.
What's this?
Because that's something to do with food. What is it?
Right.
6:19, and we're on the food topic.
Yeah, let's do it.
Happy National Clam Chowder Day.
Oh, chowder!
Time to eat some clam chowder.
Oh, yeah. Let me go to Duke's right now.
Thank you.
Yeah.
That's the place to go, is Duke's.
Yeah.
Yep. Best clam chowder.
Yeah, I you know what? It's good. It's really, really good. I would agree with you on that.
Others are great. I enjoy clam chowder most places.
You know who's got good clam chowder?
Red Lobster.
Right. Okay. Well, I've never been, so I don't know.
Where?
Moe's down in Cannon Beach, and they also have Moe's at the Portland Airport.
Oh,
so
great.
you can try it there.
So
road trip.
If we leave now, we might be able to enjoy some clam chowder for lunch.
Yeah, it's good. Moe's chowder's
How
good
about
too.
locally? Of course, Ivar's.
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh yeah, Ivar's. I mean, look, you know what? In a pinch, you know what? You got them all around you. If you want clam chowder, Ivar's the way to go.
All right, here's my question for you guys. How do you feel, and what do you think about throwing a couple drops of Tabasco sauce in your clam chowder?
Yep. I wouldn't argue with that.
It's a game changer, I think.
Oh, yeah. Tabasco on any soup is ridiculous.
I was at Red Lobster many, many, many years ago, and I remember the bartender, I was at the bar eating, and they're like, have you had it with with a little Tabasco sauce? I'm like, never thought about doing that. Tried it. Boom. Instant convert.
Boom.
Boom.
Oh, you had a boom moment.
Boom.
I didn't realize that. Look at that there. The bartender knew it was up.
We're going to Duke's today? Enjoy some clam chowder?
Yeah.
All right.
They finally got one on the east side. They opened up one on Lincoln Square. I was happy.
Do the bread bowl?
Oh, man, that's a lot. That's a lot.
It's healthy.
Man,
It's healthy to eat the bowl that you just ate your food in.
Oh, super filling, but so good.
So we used to do that after back when we had season tickets. My wife and I, we would go to Duke's after the games because you're cold from outside.
Yeah.
It's the perfect meal to have after you're done. Then she had to become a vegan, and that ended that whole thing.
Oh, damn it.
That's just joking. Well, I mean,
Not really,
vegan, but
yeah. And frankly, I mean, you are a little bummed that you can't do that anymore.
I can still do it.
Oh yeah, but you got to go solo.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
The tradition is over, man.
That's right.
Let's talk about these 911 dispatchers in Minnesota got a very odd call. They got 16 calls in one day last week from the same person.
Okay.
Actually, not a person, from the same canines.
Oh, really? The dogs are making the calls?
2 dogs in Minnesota. Somehow, I guess when the owner was gone, they left their cell phone out in emergency call mode.
Okay.
So the dogs were hitting it with their paws, they believe.
Oh,
Here's a sample of what those 911 calls sounded like.
911, what's the address of the emergency? Hello? Hello, 911.
They are talking to you.
What if there's actually a problem and it's like a Lassie moment?
I agree, dude. Someone's in a well.
Oh my gosh, that would be so mind-blowing if they actually called 911 and the cop showed up and it was something that was important.
Yeah.
Best dogs ever.
Does Vicky and Danny even know Lassie?
Yes.
Oh, you do?
Of course.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm glad. I wasn't sure.
Lassie.
We're talking old school. I
know.
mean, Lassie's a black and white TV show back in the day.
I feel like they redid it like years after.
Yeah, they have. But you don't know Timmy and Lassie. Those
They need
guys.
to reboot it.
Yeah.
Starring The Rock as Lassie. The
Rock is Lassie.
Really? Okay, are you doing okay? How are you feeling?
It doesn't matter what you think.
Guess you're going to be stuck in a well, Timmy. Too bad. Yeah. Oh, man. It doesn't matter what Mama's cooking. You're staying in the well, Timmy.
Speaking of 911, this might be the most Canadian thing ever. A guy in Canada called 911, and his emergency call was that he was hosting a hockey tournament, and he needed help finding a Zamboni to rent.
Well, that is an emergency in Canada. Come on now.
And, of course, the Zamboni is the machine that cleans up the ice so that you have a nice, fresh surface to play hockey on.
Oh, it's not a euphemism for something?
I don't believe so. And I don't believe he found a Zamboni by calling 911.
Oh, dang. That's too bad.
Sexual thing. Hey, you want a Zamboni?
Hey, how'd you like a little bit of the Zamboni?
Hey, speaking of hockey, quick shout out to everybody who came out to the Seattle Thunderbirds game this past weekend for the Ronald McDonald Hockey Challenge. A lot of money was raised.
Yeah.
A great time was had, and unfortunately, looked like the T-Birds were going to win. They came out hot, and then all of a sudden it just kind of fizzled. Ended up losing in a shootout in overtime.
So let me ask you a question, though.
Yes.
Was more money raised than goals allowed by Steve Miggs?
You know, I'm proud to say more money was raised than goals allowed this year. Probably one of my best showings. Not that I played incredible, but it was probably one of my best showings at one of these hockey challenges. Got to play the whole game, and we ended up, odd how every year, the celebrity hockey tournament or challenge at the end of the T-Birds game ends in a tie, so it has to go into a shootout. I don't know how that happens every year. But this one,
bizarre.
just like every other year, ended with a 6-6 tie.
Oh.
We went into the shootout, and unfortunately, my team lost 1-0 in the shootout.
Oh, no, dude.
But, dude, it was weird because it was, I was on Steve Konowalchuk's team, former T-Birds coach that brought them the WHL championship a few years ago, and the other team was Glenn Goodall, who's the only T-Bird to have his number retired, number 10.
Oh, yeah.
And this was a big deal that he came out. A lot of people were really excited about that. His autographed jersey went for a ton of money, which was awesome. And he was the guy who scored in the shootout. So it was like a bittersweet thing. I was kind of pissed I gave up the goal, but what a cool moment to have Glenn score a goal again at a T-Birds game.
You're like the guy that gave up, like, the home run to Hank Aaron that had him pass Babe Ruth.
Somebody has to do it, BJ.
Someone's got to do it.
Someone's got to bite the bullet.
Yeah.
And it was me.
That was you.
But it was awesome, dude. It was a great time. A lot of fun was had, and of course, a ton of money was raised, which was the most important thing. And thanks to everybody who came out and stuck around for the game after the game.
Oh,
the
man.
game after the game.
The game after the game.
Well, one thing you don't want to do if you're breaking into somebody's house, you don't want to mess with an old woman who has a gun.
Oh, no, you don't.
A naked guy, which is also very odd. Guy shows up to a house. He's naked. He breaks into an old woman's house in Georgia. This happened earlier this month. He picked the wrong grandma because, well, she grabbed not one, but 2 guns.
Oh.
And fired a couple of warning shots. The cops showed up. They arrested him. The best part is the lady was interviewed by the news, and she's on the news, but doesn't know that she needs to keep her mouth clean.
Oh, boy.
Here's the old lady talking with the news reporter.
Something hit that door. Bam! He didn't have no pants on. Mother, if you come in here, you're a dead son of That's the problem.
Yeah.
He said, are you trying to kill me? I said, oh, you finally got the message. I don't know what his intention was, but I know what mine was.
Wow. Are you trying to kill me? Yeah, MF, or I am trying to kill you. Now you're getting the message.
As far as weather, we got 42 degrees and sun. I don't know. Did you guys get any snow by your house yesterday?
Yep. We got some flurries in the morning.
It dumped for a second. It messed up the roads. People were getting into accidents. And then a few minutes later, clear. Like as if it never happened.
Nuts. Yeah, I didn't even know anything about that.
Oh, yeah. It dumped down in Puyallup. I can show you some pictures. It was pretty crazy.
That's crazy. Yeah,
it was freaking me out.
I didn't see any on Mercer Island.
But sun today, and thank you for Four Wheel Parts for giving us news and sports.
Yeah, I was worried today. They were saying the commute might be a little tough this morning, but
that was my neighborhood.
Whoa, that was your neighborhood. Look at that.
Whoa.
I didn't see any of that. Isn't that bizarre? How it's not that you guys are that far away from Seattle.
Playing in the snow right there.
Oh, Lulu's in the snow. I can't see her because the snow's white, and so is she.
And there she is, just watching the snow from the door.
Oh, well, that's a delightful picture.
She sits at the step and looks out the front door and enjoys watching the snow.
Does she really?
Yes.
Oh, that's interesting that she does that.
She loves the snow.
Wow. And she's like, does she give you that look like, come on, Dad, let me go out?
Yeah. Then we went out and she sniffed around. It's pretty sweet.
Why do I have a feeling it's Steve and Lulu actually looking at the window, looking at Mommy? Can we go out, please?
Maybe.
Yeah.
Snow is awesome.
Yeah, we got none that I saw.
And then I don't know if you were looking at your phone, but it's so weird, the weather, because last week on Friday or Saturday, we looked at our phone and it was like, all next week is going to snow.
Yeah.
This morning I checked the weather for the MIGS report and I was like, oh, this week is going to be sunny.
Yeah. Isn't that crazy?
It's so hard to plan.
I was worried that I wouldn't be able to take my flight this weekend, and they were like, oh, yeah, Friday's going to be dry, pleasant, wonderful. I'm like, oh, well, that's not what they said last week.
It was interesting in West Seattle because there was salt everywhere, and I was like, there was no...
Maybe you were asleep when it hit.
Maybe. I don't know. It was really weird this morning, though. There's so much salt on the road.
Yeah, and I don't usually see that at all around here.
Yeah.
Well, how about that? Steve got all the snow. He took it all for us. Thanks, buddy.
Yeah, we got Rev did too in Tacoma.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. But Vicky, you guys got none up north, huh?
We got a few flakes for maybe half hour, and that was it.
Dang. Well, you know what? Thanks, Steve, because I'm done with the snow. I don't want any more. So
yeah, you know what? When it started coming down, I was like, I got to get to Everett. This is not going to make things bad. I'm thinking Everett's probably going to be just as bad. And then I talked to one of my buddies in Everett. He's like, there's no snow here. And I'm like, well, Puyallup's getting dumped on. Puyallup police are putting out tweets like, stay away from the road that's right by my house. And I'm just like, how am I going to get out of my house? And then 15 minutes later, everything's good now.
That is so weird.
It was so strange.
That is really weird when all of a sudden everything's just like there and gone. So and the snow on the ground, how long did it last? It stayed there about an hour?
Yeah.
That is nuts.
It stuck for a second, and then it just kind of it turned to rain.
Damn, dude.
Yeah, it was very odd.
It's because you and I grew up in a place that when the snow starts falling like that, it stays, and you've got it for a while.
So it says, my car is still covered in snow.
Man, you got to do something about that.
We're getting some text messages, more importantly, not snow is important, but clams are more important.
Oh, okay. Well, people are refuting the Duke's clam chowder?
No.
Or they got better places?
No, people are just giving their suggestions, which is always awesome to hear what other people dig. Wally's Chowder House and Broiler, best chowder ever.
Where's this at?
It's Wally's.
Okay.
Let's go to Wally's, man.
I have never heard of Wally's, but look, I like key lime pie. If there's a chowder on the menu, I will try it.
Yeah.
It's because that's my favorite appetizer, as is key lime is my favorite dessert.
Des Moines, yeah.
Nice.
Oh, okay. That's not far.
11.
So it says if you want chowder, Seattle chowder down in the market can't be beat.
Oh, yes. I forgot about Seattle chowder.
No, it was Migs, nice game on Saturday. Wally's in Des Moines. Fantastic clam chowder from Freak Show.
All right.
Fish Peddler in Tacoma, Rev. Best clam chowder.
Yeah, saw that on down on Dock Street.
Down on Dock Street.
Okay. Fish Peddler and Wally's. Those are places I can get to.
Bahama Breeze in South Center. #1 chowder.
I've had the Bahama Breeze chowder. Thank you for reminding me that. I forgot all about that. Their chowder's pretty good. Yeah, I forgot. I've only been, I think, to Bahama Breeze once.
Oh, we got a lot of ones. Everybody's chiming in about Wally's in Des Moines.
How do we not know about Wally's all these years here?
Well, we do now.
Damn.
We must have not celebrated Clam Chowder Day last year.
That's what it was.
Maybe it was on a weekend.
Yeah, you're probably right. Okay, Wally's.
I guess there's one in Buckley's too, or Buckley, not Buckley's.
Okay. Buckley's a little further for me to go. I think I'll go to Des Moines.
Yep. So I tell all the haters to shut up. Wally's is the best. Everyone else sucks.
Whoa!
Wow. I don't know if we had any haters.
We didn't have any Wally's haters.
We had a lot of clam lovers.
Yeah, we didn't even know about Wally's until about 5 minutes ago.
Yeah, the one in Buckley's a drive-in.
Oh, nice.
That's kind of hard to drive and eat chowder.
That is a good point.
I guess you could drink it like soup.
Yeah.
You're right.
Like a drink.
Get a straw.
Yeah, it's basically old school boba tea is what it is. There's just a chunky tea.
I'll take that over those stupid balls.
Yeah. Will you now?
So he says, what do you prefer, New England or Manhattan style chowder?
Oh, I'm New England.
New England.
New England all the way.
Manhattan's the worst.
Yeah. I don't hate Manhattan, but I mean, if you give me a choice, it's always going to be New England.
It's such a letdown when you order a clam chowder and you don't realize that it's not New England clam chowder and it shows up and it's that red sauce.
Oh, yeah. If you don't know,
you jerks.
You're like, what? No. Don't even call this clam chowder, or really put Manhattan in big, big letters so you can at least ask, like, what the hell's the difference?
Or the wait staff needs to tell you.
Yeah, they do.
Just as a warning, this isn't the good clam chowder.
Yeah. And this is, by the way, this is Steve, who's a New Yorker, who even, it pains him to say that the New England clam chowder is better, but yeah, he has to.
Yeah, I can't even have it out of pride from being from the New York area.
Yeah.
Another person, Stanley Seafort's, that has a great clam chowder.
Okay. See, there is something about clam chowder. If that again, there are people that just have their favorites. I do love that about it, and my wife knows. It's like, oh, look, it's on the menu, and I'm like, okay, I'm getting it every time we go anywhere.
So it says the Wally's in Buckley is a drive-in burger joint. The Wally's in Des Moines is a fish and chips house. Big difference.
Oh, so Wally's
they have the same website.
Yeah.
So their own Wally's just branching out. One place is one thing, and the other place is the other.
Oh, come on, really? They don't offer their clam chowder in
Talk to
Buckley?
Wally.
Really?
Hey, Wally.
Can Wally call in? He's got some answering.
All right. So you can't get a burger in Des Moines and allegedly can't get a clam chowder in Buckley, even though it's Wally's same joint.
Another person, Wally's is the best ever. No other place can compare. You guys have to. I need to swing by Wally's. We got to go to Wally's. Should we go right after the show?
Yes.
Listen, I think Wally's is a great idea, but I would like to talk to Wally's marketing department.
They do have clam chowder at the drive-in.
Oh, suck it, Texter.
Yeah, Texter, suck it!
They also have popcorn shrimp.
Oh, popcorn shrimp is also really good.
So why do these people think they're two different restaurants if it's owned by the same person? The website shares both locations.
Because they're ignorant.
You mean
ignorant listeners?
Yeah, you think the Texter's ignorant? I think, yeah, they are. Because I was about to say, hey, Wally, what are you doing over here with opening restaurants with the same name that have different food? That's not the greatest marketing, but as it turns out, the Texter's ignorant.
Someone says we should try smoked salmon clam chowder. It's damn tasty.
Wow. I have. It's a good chowder. It's not clam chowder.
What's your take on lobster bisque?
Yes.
It's good, but it's not clam chowder.
Ooh, I'd go lobster bisque over clam chowder.
What? Whoa! Okay.
I even like those fancy-ass restaurants that put the lobster meat on the bowl and then slowly pour the bisque over it. It's like, man, I feel fancy as F when that happens.
This is audio porn right now. This is fantastic.
I'd like to offer my resignation.
Wow.
Why?
Working with a guy that would choose something over clam chowder.
Please. Anyone else?
No, I agree with you completely.
Thank you, Danny.
Well,
Loaded baked potato soup for me, man. I just had one yesterday.
What kind of loaded potato?
Loaded baked potato soup. Because then it has onions and big old pieces of bacon.
Over both of those?
Over
But there's
both
nothing
of those.
fish in it.
Yeah, exactly.
That's
Yeah,
stupid.
I mean, really, if you get a good clam chowder, it is basically potato soup without the clams.
But it doesn't have cheese in it.
Oh, you put cheese in yours. All right.
Someone wants to know if we like thin or thick chowder.
Thick.
Thick.
Oh, yeah, it's got to be thick.
I like to stick my Zamboni in it.
I almost wanted to be like a Dairy Cream ice cream thing where you could turn it upside down and it doesn't dip out. Like that thick.
Or your spoon can stand up in it.
Yes.
Not sure about that kind of chowder.
Well, I'm just trying to paint a picture for you.
Yeah, it's a great picture. Yeah, it's a great picture. On Friday, the artist over here, he did get this one wrong.
The Artful Dodger is a character from which novel?
Mark Twain.
No.
Dodgers.
No.
Baseball.
No.
If it wasn't Dodgers, it had to be baseball. Or it could have been Oliver Twist. It could have been that, too. You want a shot at beating Steve? Sure, you got it. 206-421-ROCK. We're playing Beat Miggs at 647 on The Rock.
Today's podcast is brought to you by bankruptcy attorney Travis Gagne, who's ready to answer your questions about bankruptcy. Travis, is it true that if you filed for bankruptcy once, you can't file again?
Even if you filed bankruptcy before, you can almost certainly file bankruptcy again. Different types of bankruptcies have different time limits between filings. In Chapter 7, full bankruptcy, you can only file Chapter 7 once every 8 years. However, you can almost always file a Chapter 13 case. Chapter 13 cases can be filed immediately following a Chapter 7. They can be filed immediately following a prior Chapter 13 case. Chapter 13 is a reorganization plan, so there will be some type of monthly payment, but it's based on your budget and your ability to afford that payment. So Chapter 13 is an option in almost all cases, even with a prior bankruptcy filing.
Thanks, Travis. If you have more questions about bankruptcy, you can reach out to Travis anytime at choosetherightchapter.com. That's choosetherightchapter.com. Thanks for listening.